Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, I hope everyone is doing okay. Everything is good here. Okay, this video is why is rice so important? Why is stockpiling rice so important? And 3 other foods that are important to stockpile. The other 3 foods that are important to stockpile are kind of like rice. But rice is kind of the most important thing we can possibly stockpile. So, okay, I am going to make some macaroni and cheese. This is to demonstrate why rice is so important. Okay, so I have a little butter left. Butter is getting pricey. I better investigate some low-cost butter. So I'm just going to make my macaroni and cheese in the same pan that I boiled the macaroni. So I just want to melt the butter. Okay, now I forgot to take out the flour. It's okay. All right. So, 1/2 of the population is rice eaters, and they're dependent on rice for survival. Okay, they or whoever predicts these things are predicting shortages. A huge amount of people survive on it, and so what is fueling this shortage? A growing demand. So it's not that people are eating more, it's that we have some failing supply due to droughts, climate crisis, war in Ukraine, bad weather in China and Pakistan. And so it has been predicted that perhaps there might even be some starvation. Okay, so so a lot of people eat rice because it's cheap. It has a long shelf life, like in the Asian shops I worked in. Everywhere they were, I don't care if it was work, I don't care if it was home, they probably had it in the car. They would have a big bag of rice, a real big, and always, every place they went, a rice cooker went with them. I'm not kidding. Now, the Western people, or a lot of European people, eat potatoes. They say potatoes are cheaper, but I'm not sure about that. You know, all the tea in China, how about all the rice in China? How about that? The problem in China is too much rain. And then the problem with rice growing, it can be affected by drought because it requires a lot of water. Rice can be a substitute for bread. Okay, they say, okay, here's what we have so far. They say that the rice eaters cannot be without rice. They have to have rice. I can be without rice, but I do eat rice. You guys have seen me. But there were years where I didn't eat any rice. I just thought, why should I eat it? It's okay, but it's not. I'm not going to be a wreck if I don't have any rice. Okay, so now I bought this good cheese. I bought 3 of these, not this kind, all were different. And it was pretty cheap. This is not very much cheese, but you're going to feel, okay, we did eat macaroni. Okay, have you guys seen this Dollar Tree macaroni? This is 1 cup of Dollar Tree macaroni. I'm not going overboard on stockpiling macaroni because I don't want too much loose packages of food. But rice, I will consider buying some, not like, for me, I don't want, unless I see something alarming, then yeah, I'll buy a whole bunch. So, you can add food to rice. Okay, don't forget rice and beans. Think about South America. Okay, think about, as we're moving to a global economy, the globalists are gonna pretty much disperse the food to where they deem fit, to where the profits are. Okay, serve with meat, fish, like chicken, like vegetables, any kind of meat, lamb in a lot of countries, beef, I'm making beef. The inspiration for this, now this isn't Filipina, but it's like a Filipina meal they sell. And so what they do is they have 2 carbs and then they have the meat, just like we were just talking about. Also, there's been monsoons in China that's not helping anything. The weather. It's a grand solar minimum. In the north, it seems like the weather is very, here's the beef I'm going to be making. This morning, I got this for $3.89, and I was at Ralph's early again. So, okay, the other 3 items, we should stock up on these, you guys, are corn. Yeah, I can see that. What I would do with corn is I would buy corn by the case. Let me taste this cheese. That's good. On these gourmet cheeses, buy them marked down and don't be put off by like a strange, this is Coca Cardana cheese. Don't be put off by that. What I look for is, I think I need a little more, so I'll just add some. When you're going to add flour, just add a tiny bit. Just sprinkle a little bit so you don't get lumps. So don't be put off. So we're thinking about rice, corn, because you need corn for corn tortillas. Oh, the Mexican food that I found is called manola. I'll be getting some of those beans. Corn, rice. Rice is a really good, okay, now I'm going to start adding the cheese. Not too much. I don't want to use any more than I need because this cheese is delicious. Okay, so corn flour for cornbread, wheat, and potatoes. So this morning I went to Ralph's. You know, I decided to go back to work. And one of the things I'm enjoying is getting up early. Now, when I worked, I didn't enjoy it. But the kind of work I do now is not that unpleasant. So today I went to Ralph's and I got this little bag of potatoes for $1. This is what I look for. Ooh, look how delicious my gravy and cheese looks. That is the perfect. All right, so now I want to add the macaroni little by little because I don't want too much. This is a lot. If I made too much macaroni, that is okay. I will make something out of it tomorrow like I did last time. But now when you buy macaroni and cheese, this is not what happens. Not even. And you can make it as cheesy as you want. I like mine a little bit on the cheesy side. You can make pasta salad out of this. All right, this is good. Let me show you. So this meal is no mess. Here it is. All right. Okay. So the potatoes were $1, and here is the rice I made. This is 6 tablespoons of rice. So if there was rice left over, I could make a stir fry. I eat 3 tablespoons for a meal, especially if I have this macaroni and cheese on the side. This is Walmart, 5 pounds. I've been eating this for a long time. $7.25, so nothing's growing wrong. This is 5 pounds. It was $5. It says long grain rice, but I find it to be short grain. I was there yesterday and there's no sweet potatoes. So these were good looking ones. So I bought 3 so that I would have sweet potatoes. I have packages of sweet potatoes and instant potatoes, but I like to make French fries or hash browns. So I have a nice little piece of cheese left. And then it really didn't take too much milk. So I will just use my same plate. So this is enough meat for 2 meals, and I paid $3.89. It was $5.84. So here is the meat. So you might be saying, you just wrecked a perfectly good steak. No, this is good enough. I don't want to, you know, fry this kind of steak. This kind is good if you bake it good. So, all right, we have our meat. This is a good, it could be hamburger, it could be hot dogs, it could be ham. If you have teenage boys that are always hungry, all right, this is 3 tablespoons of rice. This will keep them going for a little while. And then I will pour my pan drippings on my rice and my meat. And then I will have a portion of macaroni and cheese. And then I found steak sauce at Dollar Tree. Steak sauce can be expensive. Not from Dollar Tree, it's $1.25. And so I like a lot of steak sauce on my steak. And when it's $1.25, you know, why not? So see how this is a nice big plate. So the meat was $3.89. I will probably eat half of it. Maybe I'm going to eat the whole thing. And then, you know, the macaroni and cheese is out of the stockpile, and so is the rice. Okay, rice is good left over, and you can make a stir fry. If you're going to make stir fry, it's preferable that it's leftover rice. So this is cheap Diet Coke from Walmart. And you know, if it's really, really cold, I don't mind. Let me just pierce it. It's like a Slurpee, actually. See this? So we're getting cheap skills. So when I decided to go back to work, I got insomnia. When I get too tired, I get insomnia. So every day I like to go to the gym and I like to make YouTube. Well, it was too much, so I thought I will cut the gym, not YouTube. Okay, then there's rice pudding and sticky rice, otherwise sweet rice. So I want to mention to you guys, oh, I didn't bring it down here. I'm so mad. I had sardines and oysters. So any kind of fish is good with rice. I like rice, like with that cooked rice, I put it in a bowl cold, I put sugar and milk on it. It takes up a small amount of space. It's not like 10 pounds of potatoes or sweet potatoes. It's a little bag, and it was about this big when I bought it. It's small. It's a lot of food. So the fact that it's small is a plus. All right, so that is what we're looking at. Rice, corn, wheat or flour, and potatoes. We want to stockpile that. Okay, I got 3 sweet potatoes, 1 bag of rice. I got 2 meats. I got the steak, and I got another package of hamburger. It was marked down to $3. So this is the way I like to buy hamburger, because it's 3/4 of a pound. So I just cut 1/3 of each hamburger patty, and then I have the 1/3 and then the 2/3 for 3 portions. So that's cheap. The morning shopping is really a money saver. So let's say if you have a budget of $100, you can eat better because you will have $200 worth of food. Also today, before this video, I had leftovers, which was, I made a big salad, and I had bacon, so I had a BLT with my homemade bread and leftover soup, so that was cheap. So think about, okay, this time it was rice and macaroni and cheese, but you could have potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, macaroni and cheese, and rice. Or refried beans and rice. Okay, so now think about these foods, because they're saying watch out, salmon and tuna. What they're doing is they're claiming is overfishing and larger markets. Flour because of the Ukraine war. So we need flour for bread. I found for me those big 20-pound bags are around too long, and you know I had a mouse. Eggs and chicken. Tomatoes because of extreme weather. Yeah, I could see that. Spices. I had a terrible time finding chives, but the ones they're saying is pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, and garlic powder. I need garlic powder. Okay, and cereal due to a disruption in supply chain. So what I will do is when I go to grocery outlet, if I see the cereal for 99 cents, like I bought some frosted cornflakes, I will pick up a box. Okay, so now what is likely to be short on? Oh, just everything we possibly eat. Turkey, beef, bacon, chicken, and canned meat. So what I want to do now, the one that, like a long time ago, is that you went to the food pantry, you would get 2 things. You would get a big block of cheese, and you would get a few cans of salmon. I got some cheese, but not big blocks. So we want to think about canned pumpkin, grab a couple of those, because you know the holidays are around the corner. And the other thing is coffee. People will be hysterical. They have been telling us for a long time that there was a bigger demand than coffee available. So now what are we thinking about? We're thinking about food you eat frequently. I'm trying to go more vegetarian, but voluntarily, not because I can't find any meat. Food you eat frequently, food that could disappear. What they're doing, it seems like, is the food disappears and then it comes back smaller. But they're saying food disappearing. Okay, they mentioned that Jell-O had fallen out of favor, so I bought quite a bit of Jell-O. I like to eat Jell-O on the holidays. Food that, okay, and then food that's likely to get very expensive. expensive, unaffordably expensive, like meat, like milk, like, you know, dairy, like chickens because of the bird flu. And they're saying pasta sauce. Okay, now I want to mention some cheap meals. Oh, eggs, no eggs, and potatoes, spaghetti, cheese and olive enchiladas, hot dogs and chili, hot dogs and fries, or milk, rice with milk and sugar with hot dogs. I like that. Chicken with potatoes and corn. Potato salad's good. Meatloaf with mashed potatoes and vegetables. Think about frozen meals. That's why they're sold that way. Fish with macaroni and cheese, sardines and rice, and beef stew with biscuits. I could have made that into a beef stew. Okay, so now I want to show you something. So what I do is I go into my, what I did is I fried my steak on both sides with some garlic and garlic powder, which you're saying might be short, and some black pepper, and then I put it in the oven with it was 1 cup of bouillon and water, and 1 tablespoon bouillon cubes. Okay, so I take the food out that I plan on eating. You could make this same meal with this kind of macaroni and cheese. That's good. That's why I bought it. You could make your macaroni and cheese with this, or drink it 1/2 evaporated milk, 1/2 water on your rice. Then this is a way I think I'm gonna store up some pasta sauce. It's cheaper and it takes less space. So this could be stewed tomatoes and just grind them in the blender. I have a lot of those. I took out this bag of cookie mix that I bought one time. So you go into your stockpile and you see what's in there. I bought this 3-cheese risotto, so I could have had the same meal with my macaroni and cheese and this, with just some hamburgers or hot dogs. And then I took out this vegetarian chili. I eat this kind of stuff for lunch. So there is a little bit of food if you're new to stockpiling. Okay, I want to show you guys something. I want to show you some collectibles. These were my grandmother, Rhoda. So these collectibles are like 60 years old. They're older, but I'm pretty sure. So these, you would hang these on the wall. And so you might be wondering, well, how did you keep them in such good condition? Well, I had them wrapped in newspaper. And that is the best way to store them. And my grandmother had a big collection of these shoes back in the day. These were called knickknacks. And so I had more, but I gave some to one of my nieces that is named after me. I have 2 nieces named after me. Okay, and then I bought this little curio cabinet one time, and I was planning on putting little small perfumes in it, and I still am. Okay, so there's some cute stuff in here. The baby gave me these. They're so cute. She goes, you can drink your tea out of it. I go, I will. This is a cute shoe. This is an old shoe. This is my grandmother's. And my grandmother was a very spick and span housekeeper, even the yard. There's no messes anywhere. And this is, what this is a moccasin. This is an old moccasin. And this stuff these are some of my perfume bottles. These are the ones, I gave some of the good ones to my niece. And these are some small perfumes, but today, this smells so good. I sold this one. This one is on eBay. This is Maui Rain. It smells so good. So when I get a chance, I didn't expect anyone to buy it, although I don't know why, because I've sold quite a bit of perfume. But when I find these at a good price, I buy them. This one had more, but this smells so good. Sometimes you get really good perfume. It smells so good. Your good perfume, I think I spilled some somehow. When you smell it, you're still smelling it after you smell it. So this is the best way if you want to display, but if you want to make sure nothing happens to your collectibles, you need to, like my vases and stuff, don't move them around. They need to be somewhere. This isn't a very good little curio cabinet, but it's the only one I could find. So I'm going through my stuff. It's very painful. I'm purging some of it. That was another thing that made me exhausted. So what I'm trying to find is forever things. No more bananas. Rarely do I want to eat them. Now I have to fit them in my freezer, but this is a brass bowl, so I'm trying to find this kind of stuff. And I want to mention this sweater. I'm going through my clothes and I'm saying, do you want to keep this for next year? Well, this is a good golf sweater, and I will probably keep this for 5 years, but then I will sell it very, very cheap. And so when I'm going through my clothes, I'm throwing them in big bags, and I will go to the swap meet, and then I will tell you. So what I try to do is create 10 bags of junk, or it could be costume jewelry, and then I throw it on a tarp. I don't go through it, and I generally sell it for $1. So when you have that much, you go in early. I go in at 6. By 10 o'clock, I usually make about $500. And this is a vintage watch, and I decided to keep this. Sometimes I will have collectibles for years and years and years, and then I will suddenly decide to sell them. One time, this was so strange. I had a wedding dress that was a replica of Kate and Williams. I sold that thing very, very cheap. I took a bid because I thought this is probably for a bride, and so, you know, a lot of times I was so happy when I sold that. Just think of some bride in that bride dress. It's very, very fun, actually. So, okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Just stock up 1 or 2 items per week. That gives you, stock up something that's gonna be like at least 1 meal a day. 2 a week gives you 8 a month, or an extra month. Or you can do that every week, stock up 7. What I do is I try to find really good deals like this, and then so you're not paying much, so if you don't eat it, you can donate it. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all. Bye-bye.